Hey guys, it's Matt Parsons, and welcome to Syncretic Qigong and Reiki. We're going to be going over three different exercises over the next few days, and the first one is called Pulling Down the Heavens. Pulling down the heavens is a necessary and integral part of some of these Neigong sets, and you'll see this presented by a number of different lines of hsing-i and bagua. The details that I present are kind of my own formulation, but it is influenced by the schools that I have trained with. This is something that I give my students to understand some of the different layers of this exercise and what you're trying to do with your body, so that when you do go to pull down the heavens, the energy is there, your body is doing something that is good for it, and you're not just waving your hands around like this. Okay? So, if you look at this exercise, what we're going to do is get into a horse stance about shoulder width apart, and you're going to sit into it. And you can start with Buddha holds the pearl, or you can start embracing the lower dantian or holding a heavy stone, whatever you want to call this posture. And if you have trouble with how to source the movement, there's a part right behind your elbow here on the upper arm. And so what I would like you to do is kind of make sure that that points out to the side, okay? It's not to the back, okay? Your fingers shouldn't be forward. Your fingers should be facing each other and your elbows should be out to the side. You're not gonna get the same kind of rib cage engagement if you're just doing one of these, okay? And so you need to have almost like it's a circle right here. Now, using this part above your elbow, feel as if your hands are pulling out to the sides, okay? Turn your palms up, come up, and make your palms face forward. You can get onto the balls of your feet a little bit, and you can even lift your heel off the ground like maybe a centimeter or a half inch or so. So from here, you're gonna have your hands face each other, and you're gonna come back down so your feet are flat. You still want your weight to be in the front of your feet though. And then sink and pull that energy down. Okay, that's one. Try again. Come out this way, hands go out and up. Reach up, hands come together, pull it down. Two. So you are reaching for the heavens, gathering the heavens, and pulling down the heavens. And then when you are done, this is an exercise all to itself, but it's often used as an opening and closing practice. You can go into holding a heavy stone, and then Buddha holds the pearl. Um, there are some other mudras other than Buddha holds the pearl that you can work on. If you want, you can do this seated. And if you're sitting, you want to do the Taiji knot mudra. So the Taiji knot mudra is basically you put your right thumb into your left laogong, and you wrap your left fist around it, and then you wrap your knuckles into the pads here, and you wrap your fingers around, okay? So if you're sitting, this is a great mudra for closing your practice down, because it'll help you understand where your dantian is. Now, if you want to just sit there and be peaceful, you can do this, which is Buddha holds the pearl. This is also okay. And then you can do dragon calling mudra. So you would put your left thumb into the laogong instead of the right this time, and the right thumb is going to rest right here. Okay. So this again also kind of looks like a Taiji knot, just from the other side. So let's review. We're going to go from Buddha holds the pearl. A little wider. There we go. So Buddha holds the pearl, holding a heavy stone, reaching for the heavens, pulling down the heavens. Okay? And then you can close into Buddha holds the pearl, Taiji knot, or dragon calling mudra. Let's do that again. Buddha holds the pearl, holding a heavy stone, reaching for the heavens, and then gathering the heavens is when your palms face each other, and then pulling down the heavens is when it comes down. And you can work with visualizing a white sphere, or if you've already received the Abhisheka, the empowerment for this from me or Tim White, then you can imagine a blue diamond. So those of you who are my students who already have trained this a little bit, you can imagine that there is a blue diamond that you're pulling down, or you can imagine that there is a white sphere. But you want that to go into the earth down below you. That way heaven's energy purifies you and mixes what you have with the earth, and it becomes a new thing. You're kind of putting light into this manifest and underworld realms from heaven is the idea. So if you have any questions about this exercise, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to be sharing some more throughout the week. Tomorrow I plan to do 3 C's of Qi, and then we're going to go into low mind breathing. So these 3 exercises really tie into each other very well. I didn't want to make a very long video just because I feel as if there are details in each of these exercises that deserve time, and it would probably be about 3 or 4 times longer if I were to show all 3 together. Although when we go to practice this in the 4th video, just like a practice demonstration, you'll see them all put together. And yeah, I'm going to be out at First Friday tomorrow in front of Cha Cha's Tea Lounge. The owner is going to be serving some very special tea for us this time of year. She brings in some stuff from China and Japan that has a lot of tea chi or cha chi. And I'm going to be offering Reiki sessions. So if you would like a 15-minute Reiki chair session where you sit down and I take care of some of your energy for you, that's going to be $20. If you would like a psychic Reiki crystal empowerment, that's also $20. And if you would like a Reiki attunement, that's $100. That's for Usui Tibetan Reiki levels 1 and 2. Let's say you're already a Reiki practitioner and you would just like to have a boost of your Reiki throughput energy. Let's say you've disconnected from Reiki. You learned it years ago and you kind of fell away from practicing and you'd like to get back to it. This can really refresh your connection. And if you are unable to afford a class with me, you can receive this Reiki attunement, go and get Nicholas Pearson's Foundations of Reiki Ryoho book, and have a very good idea as to what Reiki is and what the experience is. There are a number of classes out there online. I don't recommend all of them, and it's very easy to find one that does not use traditional Japanese kanji. It's very easy to find Reiki that does not understand the Taoist and Buddhist cultivation methods behind it. It's very easy to find Reiki where there are no martial artists involved. Reiki was founded by a martial artist. Usui Mikao knew Yagyu Shinkage-ryu, if I recall correctly, or it might have been Yagyu Shingan-ryu, and he also studied like a proto-Daito-ryu. So he was a senior of Morihei Ueshiba of Aikido. So there's all of this stuff that you kind of need to have a good understanding of in order for Reiki to make a lot of sense to you. And I do that. So unlike somebody that just goes to massage therapy school and learns Reiki as like an energy healing modality, I know Reiki as a cultivation method. I know Reiki as a Taoist thunder magic method. I know Reiki as a Buddhist healing method. So it's a very different understanding from the schools that are out there. And we also preserve a Kujikiri set. And the Kujikiri set, if I recall correctly, is associated to Achala or Fudo Myo'o. So, you know, there's a very different understanding of Reiki in our school because we're martial artists. We got the knowledge that was passed on that route. Hidetoshi Mitsuoka was kind enough to teach Chris Matsuo. Chris Matsuo taught Tim White, Ray Carbolito, and Michael Goddard, and I've studied with Tim White in person and Ray Carbolito and Michael Goddard online, as they don't really live close to me. Um, so if you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out, and I would love to teach you some Reiki that I feel is more historically rooted and is rooted within the cultivation and martial arts methods that I feel Usui Mikao had exposure to. Personally, I had training in Hikatsuchi Michio Aikido as a kid through John Smart Sensei. I believe Matt Flutie was my sensei, so it'd be like Morihei Ueshiba, Hikatsuchi Michio, John Smart, and then Matt Flutie. Matt Flutie was an apprentice instructor at the time that I was training. I think I got up to blue belt, but you know, I like the Chinese arts a lot more. So as an adult, I've been looking at that. If you have a desire to train with me here in the Phoenix metro area, I'm in Surprise, Arizona on the far west side. I am more than happy to come out to you. If you can get a couple of your friends together, minimum of 3 people, we can do a group class rate. If you want private training, I'm more than happy to come out and give you private training, and I'll freely answer the questions that I have the answers for. And if I don't have the answers for it, I'll tell you, I don't know that. It's a lot easier to just say, I don't know, than to try to give you guys some bullshit and have you go and look in some crazy directions. So, again, if you want to train, just reach out, Syncretic Qigong Reiki.art, and have a great day, everybody.